Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog. So I wasn't actually gonna vlog today because it's quite a busy day, but I just got the notification, as you can see at the top, that I just got the insurance money back from the accident. So essentially, we put two different claims in. So one is for the medical expenses, but that has not gone through yet, and I don't know if that will. And then the other one is for the accident itself, as in the stress it caused, being out of work. So because I couldn't actually fulfill my job at the company, and then also for the damage of the vehicle, obviously. And well, the vehicle was written off, so you know, more than just damage of the vehicle, but you know what I mean. So that's great. A lot of money extra there, $13,000. So we're sitting at $30,000 now, but we've got a lot to do. It is September, the very 1st of September. I've spent the last month building that. I'm very excited to show you this, guys. So let's go outside. I've obviously got the eggs here because I had to remove all of that. It was quite a job. I had to shovel, literally use a shovel, and get all of the wheat out of here, and I spread it into the trailer. And then I actually put all the chickens into the trailer as well. It was, for them, quite stressful. We actually lost 3 chickens. Not as in they didn't run away, they died. And I think that's just due to the stress. Some people say that when moving, etc., it is a lot of stress. So yeah, so I put them in there. It was very crammed, and we got it done. So I realized when I started moving stuff around, I can just pretty much just not lift everything up. Obviously, to some degree I did, but you leave the base of that building where that was. So that building is exactly the same spot it was. All I did is I literally just moved the wooden parts around because it's actually a concrete base. So that I realized I had to do something like that, and then I just built everything else around it in this way, put everything down as it needed to be, and then I finished this one first, and then I put the chickens back immediately. This took me about 5 days to complete. So once I got the chickens out and all of that stuff, I started, and then doing all of the building, moving because I did it all by myself. And yeah, it took about 5 days to complete this one, and it looks good. I like it. It's I kind of like this layout. You know, I get to walk out and see the chickens immediately. And then I built the second one. I was able to find an exact replica of the little trailer cart thing. I don't know what you would call that. This one's slightly more damaged on the inside. But it's fine. I pretty much just made sure there's no holes. It was in a bit of a worse condition, but a worse condition than the other one. But I just made sure there was no holes, and you know, it's workable. So I did that, and then I built this exact same, pretty much a replica of the other one, and I think it works. I think it works really, really well. Which now gives us all of this to make a field, which I'm very excited about. Which hopefully, if I have the time, that's going to be the plan for today once I've done this bit. Because as you can see, I've not gotten to this yet. And we need to make a plan. So obviously there's no chickens in here because we don't have food for it. I obviously want putting the chickens out of that back into here. I'm going to fill this first, and because, you know, we had about 5,000 liters of wheat left, I just put that in there. I think it was 5,300-ish estimate, and yeah, we put that in there. So we've got one almost full. I think we can have maybe 60 more chickens in here, depending on the size of the chickens. Hello? I'm not bringing you food, mate. Depending on the size of the chickens, that might change. So if you've got a lot of big chickens, which we actually do have, our chickens are quite large, which is a good thing, I think. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. It's not that important. But we've got the same size, which means we can totally, or have up to 720 chickens. That's a crazy amount of chickens. I do need to figure out... Excuse me. I do need to figure out the feed, because the food, pure wheat is just not as effective. They need like a protein source and, you know, all kinds of stuff as well. So yeah, this isn't as good. I need to figure out what to actually give them and how we're going to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to get this done, which I need the tractor for because I need to go to Clever Motors, hire a forage wagon, which shouldn't be too expensive for the day. I mean, it's only going to be a couple of hours really. Hoover this up, all of this up, and then go sell it to the animal dealer. I've already had a chat with a couple of people around here, and depending on how much I can get off this, how much it actually is, how much it weighs, we can, you know, sell it to some people. So let's get the tractor. I need to close the door because I didn't do that, and I have a tendency to leave it open, especially now that it was summer. But September, it's not cold yet, but it is going to start getting a bit cooler, so I need to remember to do that. All right, start this beauty up. It's actually not run much. I used it a little bit to move the trailer around, but that is literally it. Obviously, contracts have been fairly stood still, mostly just because there's not a lot of farming going on now. Most of the farming stuff now are like fertilizing and, you know, herbicide, stuff like that, where we can maybe do some of that. Can't really do most of it. The planting's been done, cultivating's been done, all of that stuff's been done. So ultimately we're limited by the equipment that we've got. So I need to have a look at, excuse me, at investing in some more equipment. Now with the money from the insurance, this first bit, it would be great if we get a little bit more from the medical. Probably won't pay for everything because I've got medical insurance anyway, so that obviously would have paid for the actual medical expenses, apart from a couple of like an excess that I had to pay. But because of the accident, so my medical bills being caused by an accident that was in inverted commas, or in yeah, is it inverted commas? What's the right word for that? Quotations? Yeah, quotations, I guess. In quotations, not my fault. The lawyer thought that it might be worth trying. The worst thing that can happen is they can just go, no, you don't get it. You're not getting any, which is fine. Then we're just not getting any more money. But that would be very cool if we could get a bit more, even if it's just a couple of grand. Anyway, besides the point, the plan is to potentially purchase a truck, or maybe like a Gator or something smaller, like maybe a Polaris or something. I don't know, something that I can zip around town with, that, you know, doesn't necessarily allow me to do work on the farm, but can do something, you know. So I'm thinking a Gator might be a good idea, because Gators, they can carry some of, depending on which one you get. You can have a little bit of a cab, not a cab, you know what I mean. What do you call that? I don't know. Anyway, the back bit you can put stuff on. It's blanking in my head right now, but anyway, so that might be an option for us. I'm kind of considering that, but I don't know yet. We'll see what I end up getting, if I end up getting anything. If I really need to, I will. I want to, but also, depending on what Clever Motors can, you know, provide farming equipment-wise, it might be better, just for the long run, to purchase something that actually can do contracts, you know? So, like maybe another tractor, maybe a bigger tractor, or a bigger cultivator, or a sprayer, or planter, or seeder, or something. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll have a look. For now, though, I am just about rocking up at Clever Motors, and I'm gonna have to go inside. And oh, they're still selling this stuff. Wow, this has been there for ages. I might actually, look at some of that. That might be worth it, actually. Or maybe they're doing it again. I haven't been here in a month. So, yeah. Maybe they're just doing it again. Maybe it's running. I don't know. I'll ask Mike and see what he says. But anyway, all right, we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna go in here. I will have a chat with them, get the forage wagon, have a chat about that, and have a look at other implements that we might need to, you know, move the business forward. So let's have a look. So we got this forage wagon, they moved it out for us. Good little chat, coffee and biscuits with Mike. And yeah, so they're essentially just keep running. They didn't get everything sold, so they're just going to continue doing what they have been continuing to put out stuff on a weekly basis and selling it. So we'll have a look. I think we've got everything we need with regards to everything that's out. I'll maybe at the end of the day have a look at what they've got. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But for the most part, we should have all of that. And then maybe next week we'll have another look. This is apparently gonna keep going until they've sold everything. So yeah, Mike kind of suggested or alluded to the fact that alluded to the fact that they will obviously get new equipment to sell all the time, so it's likely that it'll just continue pretty much indefinitely. So that's kind of cool. I'm quite happy with that. Means we might have opportunity to buy some really good quality secondhand stuff rather than, you know, like we've had before, where we buy secondhand stuff and it just causes problems, where it's either broken or, you know, not strong enough, etc. We've had some problems. I mean, to be fair, we've also had some problems with Clever Motors and stuff, the stuff that we bought from them, but that it's likely mostly due to the tractor that we had. I don't know if you guys remember that when we tried to cut the grass. We did cut the grass. We tried to bale the grass, and yeah, didn't work. So yeah, frustrating, but anyway, the point is that it would be very good for us if we can, you know, maybe buy some more stuff from them rather than from elsewhere. You know, people that we don't know, people we don't trust, people that might have not looked after their equipment as well, etc., etc. So yeah, quite good. Now, I do need to find a way to wash this tractor. This tractor is in a very dirty state. It is a tractor, it's a farming implement, it's made to work, so I'm not too worried about it, but also, as it's, in quotation marks, the company's vehicle also, it doesn't always look good if you rock up at a farm, you know, providing a service, but your equipment looks like it'll fall apart. So, not purely, but for the sake of the business image, and I guess my image somewhat, it's probably worth cleaning it. Alright, we are picking up. So, I quickly, before I started, just had a quick look. And power washers are actually not too expensive. So, I might, once I'm done with all of this, actually maybe with all of the work that needs to be done today, I might just go have a look at go to the dealership, go to Clever Motors, and have a look at maybe buying a truck or something. And I have been looking, and there are some really good options, but I've not decided. So maybe look at buying something like, maybe not like I mentioned earlier, a Gator or something, and then also buy a power washer so I can actually, you know, start washing the implements, keep them nice and clean, because I do have to look after them. It is our only equipment. You know, if we don't take care of it, it's not going to take care of us. So yeah, I need to make sure that I take good care of our equipment. And this job should be done pretty quickly, so I'm not even gonna put the effort into getting the drone out, because to be honest, it's gonna be so quick. I don't think it's worth it. Before you know it, it'll be done, and then we're gonna go sell it. So yeah, getting the drone out, setting that up, having it follow. I know you guys don't necessarily experience it in that way, because you know you see what I show you, and obviously I'm not going to show you the setup process because that's boring and that's not why you're here. But that does excuse me, that does take quite a while. I think I've got, like, I don't know, maybe it's like my hay fever's been really bad recently, and I think it's either like I've either got some cold or something coming up, or it's just a hay fever that's, you know, caused a nasal drip and now I cough. This happens at least once a year. It's really frustrating, but it does happen, and it's, you know, just the way it is. I guess, you know, living around all of this grass and with, you know, all the dust and stuff that happens on fields, etc. It's bound to happen, especially as a farmer. So I just gotta get used to it. But yeah, it is frustrating, and I apologize if I cough or have to interrupt myself by clearing my throat. So I'll try and do most of that with, you know, my mouth away from the mic. You know, maybe move the camera out of the way, but I can't always guarantee that. So apologies if I do cough in your ear. At least the tractor sound is quite loud, so if I do cough now, you're not necessarily going to hear it as much. I'm actually just going to go straight around. So I had to clear my throat there again. Woo! Alright. I can pick the rest up later if I miss a bit. It looks like I might have missed a bit. And we're actually almost full. We're gonna be full very, very soon. I'm expecting it to stop working any second. It's got an automatic stop. So it should, once it reaches full capacity, it should switch off the PTO. Actually still going. Let's have a look. Oh, actually there's loads at the back. Okay, it just looks really full from our perspective. But yeah, okay, that's loads, but the loads open at the back. We might actually be able to finish this entire field with just this one trailer. Or wagon, forage wagon. Alrighty. Almost done. These last two strips are going to be pretty quick. And then I kind of just need to decide where I want to sell it. I am inclined to go to the animal dealer because, you know, they've been helping us a lot with good prices on the chickens. And he actually did offer as well to, to house the chickens for us for a little bit when I did the whole move. But it wasn't really necessary, so I thankfully declined. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm leaning towards him just because he's a nice dude and he's helped us. So, but I'll have a look. I'll have to have a look and maybe just do a quick couple of calls around, see where we can maybe get the best price. It probably won't be much, but if it's, you know, $300 instead of $200, then I feel like that's worth it. Okay, I think that's full now. Yeah, alright. To be honest, I'd screw it. We're just gonna go animal dealer. It's the closest, and like I said, he's a good dude. He's helped us. So, actually, this is a close enough way. We might just... The problem is the bridge. I actually had to, on the way here, I actually had to reverse out of the bridge because there was an old lady, and, you know, the trailer, as you can see, it comes out quite wide, so I have to almost drive in the middle of the road. And the poor old lady, she just couldn't reverse. She tried. She gave it her best shot, but yeah. There's another car coming, so we'll just wait for him. And then we're going to quickly shoot through. I don't want to go through the water with the straw. I probably should have when we got here, when I came here in the first place, should have gone through the water, but then it, you know, at the same time, it doesn't really matter. It's not that difficult to reverse with this. It's a fixed, whatever you call that. Let me know down in the comments what you call that. Fixed arm? Yeah, arm makes sense, right? So, yeah. And, so, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys remember, I have spoken to Jack. I've mentioned it before, but Jack does some racing, and he's invited me to go with him. Unfortunately, he went this last month. He had 2 races that he went to. I couldn't join just because I really wanted to get the chickens and stuff done. So, there was a bit of a gap between where I actually had to wait for some of the equipment because I didn't quite have enough wood for the whole thing. So I started building, and like literally, I don't know, like 70% through, I had to stop and waited for almost a week for more wood to arrive. So that was a little bit frustrating, but it's all right. It got it done, but yeah, I would have really liked to go with him and get some racing done, but hey, it is what it is. Right, let's have a look. Nice. I'm gonna go inside quickly, and they're gonna tell me how much we're getting. $1,414. Can you believe that? That's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. All right, let's get in here, and we'll go pick up the loss a little bit. That's not going to be much, but you know, it's a little bit, even if it's just $20. So the John actually said the only other place that we would have gotten more for what he offered us, what he gave us, again, like I said, nice dude, is the biogas plant, and that's on the opposite side of town anyway. So that was, to be honest, never really an option in my mind. But yeah, he's a very, very good dude, super friendly, and although it's a business, he doesn't seem to be in it for the money, you know, which I like. I love people like that. It's so cool when you meet people that, you know, although they run a business and theoretically speaking, they should be really focused on just making money, they're so passionate about what they're doing and about, you know, farming and about the community and about animals that it's not really about that for them. You know what I mean? I just love that. It's so cool. So yeah, he's such a nice dude. I need to come pick that up. I sent an email to the council, but you know, they can only do so much. And I think jobs, they do jobs by like priority. Well, that's kind of the way that makes sense to me. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but it kind of makes sense to me that way. You know, fixing a road is more important than putting up a sign that doesn't really do much, and that there are more repetitive signs, more signs of the same type saying the same thing, you know, elsewhere or around. Wow, this is going to be, I almost feel like this isn't really worth it, but we'll do it. We'll do it. Screw it. We have to take it back anyway. We drove all the way here now, so we might as well just pick this up and then go drop it off. Excuse me, at the farm, the animal dealer at John's. Sorry, I don't know if you guys always, I should have turned that off. I don't know if you guys always remember the names of people that I've met and worked with, so I try and call them by their business names, I guess you could call it, rather than their actual names. So even though I have personal relationships with a lot of these guys, you know, we go for beers, we play some golf together, you know, we talk farming together, etc. We run into each other at the shop, grocery store shopping, you know, Friday night, bingo nights, etc. We do all kinds of stuff, and you get to know these people, you know. So even though I obviously experience that, I'm not vlogging any of that, so you guys don't know necessarily who I'm talking to or who I'm talking about. You know, if I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go to Billy's, you're like, who the hell's Billy? I don't know a Billy. Who's... So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I try to reference them as, or reference to them as you would know them. I hope that makes sense. Anyway. Right. Yeah, that's the way we're turning. Right. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop this off, get that lost a little bit. That's probably gonna be $20, but get the lost a little bit, and then I'm gonna go drop this off at Clever Motors. The cost was $298 for the initial lease, so for like the insurance part and like the first hour, and then every hour on top of that is $94. So we're not gonna have to pay that because it's gonna be under an hour. Why am I putting my indicator on? Gonna be under an hour. So yeah, that's good. $300, it's not too bad for, you know, so essentially, well, we got 1,400 and something. I can't remember the exact number, but we got 1,400 and something from that. It's literally just gonna go. See what I mean? We got $1,400, so I'll send John a message saying that we've just delivered a little bit more. Oh, he's looking through the window. That's fine. Cool. He sees. All right, so $1,400 from that. It cost us $300 to, you know, lease the trailer, the forage wagon. So let's make it $1,150 we made. That's not bad, you know, with straw. Huh. I don't mind that. No, he's going. I can't see the road. Good. All right, so I'm going to go and drop this off now at Clever Motors. And we'll probably call it there for now. And then the next vlog, I'll make it... the next vlog will be on the same day. Will be today, this afternoon. But I'll be doing the other field. I just want to break it up because otherwise, you know, the camera memory card's risk of getting full, and then the editing process takes so much longer, and I'm not very good at editing, so I am still learning. And yeah, I wanna, you know, be able to actually, you know, not just sit the whole night and edit for 3 hours. You know, still live. You know what I mean? All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.